Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bombay Talks. Today, me and Jerry together are going to break down our team's performances throughout the season and all competitions. Start off with our defense today. Let's just begin with Courtois. What's it?
Courtois, he had a brilliant season. According to me, the start of the season, it was a bit shaky. He conceded a lot of goals. Of course, you remember the match against Club Brugge or Club Rouge, whatever you call it. Those two goals, he made some mistakes there. And, he was subbed off for Alphonse Areola. And I think after that match, he knew he has to fight for his place. And damn, he did that well. He did that really well, and he proved each and every critic wrong. He was outstanding. So, of course, he won the Zamora Trophy. He made some brilliant saves. I think he is the most better player in defense under Zidane. Yeah, Courtois, he was really good in goals this season than he was in the previous season for us.
Definitely, man. We know, like last season, it was like rock bottom for him. Like he was conceding goals, like even someone from our academy would have said. But this season, he really actually came good. So it's fair to say, by far, not just for the team, but Courtois was by far, of course, the best goalkeeper throughout the league. Like he put behind players like Oblak and Ter Stegen as well. Let's move on to the mainstay of our defense. The big man in our defense, Ramos. What do you think about his season?
I mean, he has played a big and very crucial role in our defense this season. I mean, he's defending, he's scoring goals, he's making good interceptions. I mean, pure leader, pure captain. I mean, of course, I respect Iker Casillas a lot. He has been one of the best captains for us. But even, I mean, if Casillas is here, then even Ramos is here. Like for me, at least, because he has been a big motivation for me. Like since I
Definitely.
started watching football, it was the first person I saw defending, and I fell in love with him. And even this season, he was the most crucial. I mean, even in Champions League, you can see he was not there in the Manchester City game. We fell apart. Even the
Yeah.
first game of the season against Paris Saint-Germain, he did not play. Militao played in centre back. Ramos was not there. We lost 3-0. So that shows how important Sergio Ramos is for the squad and in defense.
Definitely. I mean, we've seen these two games specifically where he didn't play. It's like kind of proven at this point that, without Ramos in our defense, is basically clueless. And that is, I guess, a very big worry for the future. Because Ramos, I don't feel, he's got like, of course, I wish he'd play more and more, keep playing for us actually, but we all know that he's not got much time on his hands. Like he, at best, we can say he's got 2 to 3 seasons in him. But
Yeah.
considering for the future, that is a big cause for worry. Seeing how we played against Man City, like I had not seen our defense crumble so badly throughout the season as we did against Manchester City. Talking about defense partners in Varane and Militao, I'd like to talk about Varane for a minute here. First of all, I'll just get this out of the way. Varane throughout the season has been really commendable. No matter what people say about his performance against Manchester City, yes, of course, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
poor even by his standards. But I still say this one thing forever: Varane is still one of the greatest defenders I'm not just we, but the entire football has seen in the last decade. For sure that even in the last 5 seasons or six seasons, let's take 6 seasons, where we have had players like Marcelo, Ramos, and Carvalho all going up forward. We had Varane who's always sticking at the back and providing that cover that we've always needed. So I mean, apart from that last game against Manchester City, of course, every single player on this planet has had a bad game in a season. Of course, Varane is also no exception here. But that doesn't call for the fans asking like we have to replace Varane and get in someone else. I am 100% completely against that. I know for sure Varane is going to come back even stronger.
I read what he said. The loss is mine. I take the full responsibility of the loss. And to even accept this in front of the media, it takes a lot of courage. And Varan had that kind of courage. He was like, okay, I'm the man. It's my fault. We lost, but of course, there's always a next time. It's not the end of the world. And
Exactly.
I'm sorry to say, but if people say that Varan should be replaced, they are stupid. I'll say this: they are really stupid. I mean, you cannot judge a player on just one single performance. Okay, he had a bad game against Manchester City, but it's okay. I mean, everyone has a bad game. It's okay to have
Exactly.
one bad game, but of course, the critics will never see that he had such a brilliant season in La Liga. In the league, he was so brilliant. And as you said,
Definitely.
when our three defenders, for example, Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, and Carvajal, they are pushing forward. There's only one man behind as a defensive player, which is
Exactly.
Varane. He stays because he's a defensive mind player because he knows if there's a counter, he should be the last man standing. When I think
Exactly.
Varane is one of the most crucial player in defense after Sergio Ramos. For
Even throughout the season, he's had some pretty amazing games against, Atletico. Even that win against Getafe, I guess it was a 3-0 win away. Even I am not sure it was away or at home, but mostly it was away. So even in that match, he had a brilliant performance, and also both the games against Sevilla as well. We can talk about even I mean, he's had multiple of great performances against a lot many teams this season. So it's very unfair on for his part, for fans to just come out and criticize him or even slander him the way he was after that match against Manchester City. I'd like to talk about Monday and Marcelo specifically.
the left back position, basically. Since, like in the start of the season, it was Marcelo was getting a lot of chances.
Yeah,
Monty just played like handful of matches. He played against PSG in Champions League. But Marcelo was the one was getting more chances because, like, of course, Marcelo has more experience. And but post lockdown, you can see the left back position was constantly changed by Zidane. It was Marcelo had like 5 stars and Monty had 7 stars, something like
yes,
that.
yeah.
And Monty did prove himself. I mean, in the last video, I said even in Champions League, if I had to pick on the left back position, I would pick Monty because he has really proved himself.
And talking about Marcelo is we have to talk about Mondi and next season. I mean, next season is going to be a very crucial one for Mondi because we know that we are transitioning Mondi into a proper starter in the coming season. So, what do you think? Will this constant rotation continue between Marcelo and Mondi, or do you think there will be a change and Mondi will be the preferred starter going into the next season?
I think this coming season, Monty will be preferred more. Yeah, after Marcelo will play some of the matches. I mean, that depends up to Zidane, of course. I mean, we saw him changing the lineups constantly. We cannot predict him.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I think Monty would be preferred as a left back now more. As
We have to talk about Eder Militao here. I mean, a lot of fans did not expect him to, perform that great. I mean, and going in, I mean, let's just talk about the Manchester City game. I mean, everybody was worried that, we didn't have Ramos. And I just single out Militao's performance here. I have to say, Militao's performance was nowhere as bad as our whole team performed, actually. Militao was actually pretty much decent in that match. I mean, he did stay true to his words that, he'll do his best, and of course he did. But then again, let's just say the stars were not in a favor in that game.
as we're talking about Militao, it was not that bad. I mean, as people were saying that, oh, he's going to make mistakes. Oh, he's not going to step up. I think there he proved his critics wrong because yes, he did step up when Ramos was not there. He seemed confident. That was one of the biggest positive of the game from his side. He was confident,
Yeah.
and to play against a team like Manchester City with such confidence, and I think that's a big, a boost for Militao for the coming season. So yeah, I
Definitely.
think when Ramos retires or suppose when he's injured, I think or he's suspended. So I think Militao has that boost. to step up now. So yeah, I saw that positivity from him in the game. So yeah, I do trust Milita.
Amazing.
Talking about the right back position too is Dani Carvajal. He has been brilliant. He has
Hmm.
been brilliant this season. I mean,
Definitely. I
I
mean,
was I really loved him this season. For like he was on like I saw some different kind of fire in him this season. Like he was constantly running up, running around. He was like
for sure.
something else this season. Definitely something else.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even I am actually very much impressed with Carvajal. I mean, if in the start of at the start of the season, there were a couple of games I think he missed, like there were two or three. But
Yeah, against Mallorca, he missed.
yeah, exactly. But then I feel like ever since Carvajal came back, he's been just phenomenal. I definitely put him somewhere in top 10 for me at least
Definitely.
when it comes to defense because you see his performances against games against teams like Barcelona, like our that home game against Barcelona. That man was absolutely phenomenal, and of course, that assist to Mariano, like in the
Yeah.
almost at the end of the game. I mean, that
Yeah.
was just amazing.
Yeah, and plus, let's not forget that he even scored a crucial goal, a crucial winner against Deportivo Alaves. I mean,
Yeah,
as you saw, we did concede on the penalty, which was scored by Lucas Perez, and immediately it was Carvajal who scored the goal for us, and that was the winning goal for us. So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. It was somewhere in the 70th minute, I guess, 68 or 70 minutes, I feel. But
yeah,
again,
but
that is exactly the winner. I mean, we have seen, I mean, in the past seasons, we have always looked up to Carvajal as the guy who can defend and can also attack as compared to his, counterpart on the left side, that was Marcelo, who, just used to attack. So again, once again, I'd say Carvajal has just gone on and proved himself that he is capable on both sides of the flanks. He defends as well as he goes forward and attack. But I'd say next season I feel that was one of the reasons I feel we let go of Hakimi. I mean, of course, if let's say Carvajal didn't have that good of a season, there would have been a very great chance that maybe Hakimi would have actually returned to Real Madrid. I just hope that or Zidane actually takes back or Diozola because right now we don't have many choices or or backups for that matter to cover up for Carvajal in any scenario when he is suspended or is injured.
Lucas Vasquez is there, but he's a midfielder, he's a winger. He plays forward. We
Exactly.
cannot rely on him to play in defense always. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope they bring Odriozola back because last season he was really good. I really liked Odriozola. I mean, he's very much like Carvajal. I mean, of course, he's still growing, but he reminds me of that young Carvajal.
But the Odriozola, like I had seen a couple of seasons ago, I just feel, it has something to do with, pressure or maybe some other issue. But Odriozola, for some reason, either has, if you have noticed, either has just tried to go overboard, like he tries too much, or there are games where he just, completely misses the ball. So it's like, two extremes. Like he doesn't seem to be able to find a middle ground somewhere to, balance out his duties in the defense and attack. But I feel
Hmm.
like if somehow Odriozola can come back and let's just say someone like I'd say Mondi, if he can come back and strengthen himself, I feel Odriozola does have a very good chance to give some competition to Carvajal. So that'll be all from us today. That rounds up our defense for the season. We've taken all players in account. That'll be all for this video. Stay tuned for the next part as well. That will be coming very, very soon. Where me and Jerry will be talking about our midfield. Thank you. That'll be all. And Hala Madrid.
Ramadi.